Good afternoon, StreamYard and YouTube fans. This is Philip Reynolds with a Glory Days boxing matchup. We are in the red corner is Paquiao, and he has a +1 to will and a +4 if tired. And he's going against Shane Mosley, who is a -4 to opponent's power. We'll switch screens here and I'll show you the cards. Is it that one? Yes. Got on the first time. Good. And that means that Kio's card means that he will have one. If it's 1 to 4 is when he'll be using his power, not 1 to 5. So that's like one takeaway, so to speak, to make it less. Good to see you, OG. I hope you are blessed and safe as well. First of all, I have to say that I really wanted to do this Friday, but I had some house cleaning that I needed to do. I had a friend visit Saturday, so I had some house cleaning that I had to do that was absolutely necessary. Otherwise, I would have been on. Both fighters' stamina in this match is 70. It's a 10-round fight. And I will go between the cards when we're trying to read and score the who has what, and I will show you the like punches and the timer when necessary, and that's where I'm going to be rolling the dice as well. Just so you know, this is with StreamYard. This is kind of, I can't put all 3 screens at once, and when I do all 3 screens, even with OBS, it's kind of cluttered, and you can't really see a lot of much. So I figure this is the best. I'm not like a premium member. I only get 20 hours of usage. So I'll do as many fights as I can, and it reactivates on the 24th of every month. So luckily, I haven't used it that much this month. So I've got plenty of usage until then. And with that being said, we will go to the table, the boxing table, if you will, here. Not that one, I'm sorry. We'll go to the boxing table, and we will roll for our the minute 3 of the first round. Okay, with a 1, Paquiao has 2 stars on the outside. With the 2, Mosley has 2 stars on the outside. And being that this is a toe-to-toe action, Paquiao will go first. So we're checking the outside. And he got He got a 36 and a 1, which means it's already that's a possible knockdown for that because that's in his power check. So we will have to check for a knockdown. So we got 36, and the 36 on the outside is 2 punches for Paquiao. We will check for the power check after we check Mosley's. And that is a 56 for Mosley. And that will be also a power check for Mosley as well. 56 is a miss. We will check for Mosley's knockdown, which is a 2 or less. And that's above. And we will check for Paquiao's knockdown here. And he needed a 2 or less. And so there is no knockdown. So we go to a 2 minute and 40 seconds. We've got a 2 on the inside. Oh, sorry. It's a 2 on the inside for Paquiao and 2 on the inside for Mosley. So Paquiao goes first, and that is a 10, which is 4 punches. Okay. And that's above any power check. So we will check Mosley, 32. And that is 3 punches for Mosley. Gets him into the fight. Two on the outside. 2 on the outside. That's above any power check, which is a 12. We got a 22 for Mosley. And that is on the outside. And that will be 3 punches land. Okay. And that's 3 punches land for Paquiao, and we roll for Mosley, 49, and that is on the outside. And that will be a miss. Goes to 2 minutes. And that will be a blank for Paquiao. And 2 stars from the inside. So Mosley will get complete action here. 28 on the inside. It's 3 punches. And it will be a power check. See if he's knocked down. I will re-roll that because it hit the dice. And that was a 6. So that's greater than any knockdown. All right, and that takes us to the 140 mark. Two on the outside for Paquiao. 2 on the outside for Mosley. It's another toe-to-toe. And that's a 21 for Paquiao. And that will be 4 punches land. Above any power check, which for Paquiao is a 1 to 4. For Mosley, that's a clinch. Six for Paquiao is no stars. 5 for Mosley will be 2 stars. So we're on the inside. 36 will be 3 punches land, which I think puts him at 6. And we move to the 1 minute mark. Oh, wait a minute. I have to re-roll because not all the dice were there. Ah. We have 2 on the outside for Paquiao, 2 on the outside for Mosley. And I think Mosley was the one. I think Mosley was the one that got the last few punches in. So Mosley goes first. And a 98 here is a foul. So we will check his foul chart. And using the 13 dice, that is not a foul, but he does get 1 punch in. So we'll check Paquiao's roll here. It's 27 on the outside. That will be 3 punches land. And we go to the 40 seconds left to go. We have 2 on the outside for Paquiao. We have 2 on the inside for Mosley. So because Paquiao got the last hits, we're checking the outside. 43 on the outside here. 43 on the outside will be 2 punches land for Paquiao. No knockdown check there. So we will go to Mosley. And that will be an 11. And that will be on the outside. And that will be 4 punches land. Okay. And that will get us to the final 20 seconds of this round. Okay. We have a 2 on the outside. And we have nothing for Mosley. It is a 94, which is a clinch. So even though there's 1, which would be a power check, because there's a clinch, that's the end of the round. And 13 versus 11. So Paquiao has 13 punches this round. And Mosley has 11. So that means that Mosley will have 57 stamina going into round 2. And Mosley will have 59. No knockdowns, no injuries. We did have one foul for Mosley. And we will do a judges check here. So we'll go back to the ring and roll for the judges. We will roll for the 3 judges. Okay. 20. All right. Judge 2. It's 11. Okay. And for Judge 3, and that is a 9. And on the judges chart, which is right here, we're looking at the portion where it says, because there's a 3-point difference, we're looking at the part that says 1 to 4 punches in difference. Okay, so Paquiao won that round via punches, so that means that he will have an advantage here in round 2. And we go to the 3-minute mark of the second round. We have a 3 for Paquiao, which is 2 on the inside. We have 2 on the outside, which is basically because Paquiao won, it's still 2 on the inside. And a 92 is a clinch, so no punches land for that segment. Two on the inside, 2 on the outside. So we're still looking at Paquiao on the inside. And he gets a 7 on the inside, which means 4 punches land. And there's no power check for him. So that means that we roll for Mosley on the inside. And he gets a 96. And that is a foul, so he gets one punch. And his foul is a 2. He has to have 2 or less, and 13 is above his foul mark. So we go to 2 minutes and 20 seconds with Mosley leading just by one punch so far. You should give Screencast-O-Matic a try. It's free. Huh. I've never heard of Screencast-O-Matic, OG. Something new. Okay, we've got two on the inside for Paquiao. We've got 2 on the outside for Mosley, and because Mosley got that foul punch, we're checking the outside this time. And an 88 on the outside is a miss. So we roll for Keo. 71 on the outside, and that is a miss for him as well. We go to the 2-minute mark. Two on the outside for Paquiao. 2 on the outside for Mosley. We're checking the outside. Mosley goes first. That's a 66. We're reading the black die first. And that is a miss for Mosley. 29 for Paquiao. And that is 3 punches for Paquiao. Finally gets into the match here, halfway through the second round. One on the inside for Paquiao. 2 on the outside for Mosley. So we're checking Mosley. He got a 35. Outside 35. That's 3 punches. And 11 is outside of his power. So we're down to the 120 mark. Two on the outside for Paquiao. 1 on the outside for Mosley. So this is strictly Paquiao. 38 on the outside. Will be 2 punches land. And that's above any power check. So we're down to the 1-minute mark. Two on the outside for Paquiao. 2 on the inside. So we're checking the outside because Paquiao won. He got 5 punches because it's a 0-0. Okay. And for Mosley, roll. We are checking the outside, and 81 on the outside. will be a miss. I think that takes us to the 40-second mark here. Two is 2 on the outside for Paquiao. 1 is 1 on the outside for Mosley. So this is Paquiao's roll, and he got basically a 1, which is 5 punches. And 9 is above any power check, which takes us to the final 20 seconds of round 2. 2 on the inside and 1 on the outside. So we're checking the inside for Mosley. 94, and that is a clinch. No more punches, and that is that's the end of round 2. So at the end, round 2, Paquiao got 15 punches that round. And Mosley got 4 punches that round. That will give Paquiao a stamina of 50. It'll give Paquiao a stamina of 55 going into round 3. And let's see, 15 for Paquiao. 57. And that puts Mosley's stamina at 42. We have another foul by Mosley to start that round, and we will go to the judges' card to check the score for this round. Now, let's see here. Yes. Now we're looking at where it says 11 punches. We're looking at where it says 11 punches, and that's what we kind of go by here. Okay, that is an 8. Change 2. That will be a 15. Okay. And Judge 3 sees it as a 4. That round there was unanimous pretty much by all 3 judges. The one who got the most punches there won that round. So we start round 3 here. Oh, I have to re-roll that because I didn't have all the dice. Okay. That is 2 on the outside for Paquiao. 2 on the inside. So we're looking at the outside for Paquiao. And it is a 66. That will be a miss. Shoot, that was 18, I think, for Mosley on the outside, and 18 is 4 punches. So we see that Mosley got 4 punches there. When we go to 240, we got 2 on the outside, 1 on the outside. So this will be strictly Paquiao. And with the 67 on the outside, that will be a miss. And the counter is will be 2 for Mosley. Okay. Okay. 240. Got blank for Paquiao. 2 on the outside. We're looking for Mosley for 91. And that will be a clinch, so no punches landed. We go to the 2-minute mark. We've got 1 on the inside. We've got 2 on the outside, so this will be Mosley. And a 9 for Mosley will be 4 punches. And we go to the next, we go to minute 40. We got, basically this is 2 on the inside for Mosley, so this is a Mosley check. And for 16, that will be 4 punches. And that will be a power check. That'll be a knockdown check for, because it's 4. Be a knockdown check for Paquiao. And that will be 4. Ooh. And that is not enough to knock him down. We got 2 on the outside for Paquiao. 2 on the outside for Mosley. This will be a toe-to-toe. So Paquiao goes first. 57 is a miss. We will roll for Mosley. And 85 for Mosley will be a clinch, so nothing doing there. We go to the minute mark. Two on the outside for Paquiao. Two on the inside, but yeah, this will be because Mosley's been getting the punches. This will be for Mosley. And an 88 on the inside. That's a clinch. No punches. 40 seconds to go. 30. That's two on the inside. Two on the outside. We're looking at on the outside. 33 on the outside for Mosley. There's three punches. And that will be a knockdown check for Paquiao. Paquiao gets a 99, which is a event chart. And we'll roll these again. 14, it says fighter goes to canvas, avoiding wild hook, ruled a slip, no punches landing, go to next segment. So no punches land. So there's no punches land that land for Paquiao, but we still have to check the knockdown for Mosley, I believe. And that was a 6. And that's above the knockdown. So we go to the last 20 seconds of this round. Got 2 on the outside for Paquiao. We've got 2 on the outside for Mosley. And Mosley goes first because he's the one with the punches. And he misses. And we check Paquiao. That was a 1. So it was 16 for Paquiao on the outside. He's got 4 punches, and it's a knockdown check. And that's not going to knock Mosley down. And that is the end of this third round. So, let's see. So we got 13 punches landed for Mosley. And we got 4 punches landed for Paquiao. So Paquiao has a stamina of 42, and Mosley has a stamina of 38. No fouls were committed, no knockdowns, no injuries, And we will go to the judge's card. Here we're looking at the section that's 9-point difference or less. Wait a minute, I'll re-roll that. Okay. It's a 15. Okay. That's a 5. And third judge. It's 15. Okay. Okay. Before we go on, I want to hit these scores up. Okay. And that will take us to the 4th round. Hey, Jester, we're getting ready to go to the fourth round between Manny Paquiao and Shane Mosley. Paquiao has 42 stamina left going into the 4th round, and Mosley has 38 stamina left going into the 4th round. And Mosley, who is in the blue corner, will have the advantage in the 4th round. So let's pick it up in the 4th round and see how things go. I have to adjust. And last round we had we had to look at the rare event chart for Paquiao. So we will pick it up here in the 4th. Let's see how things go. That's a 1. 5 is 2 on the inside for Paquiao. 2 on the inside for Mosley. Mosley won the last round, so we go with Mosley first. And with the 11, that is 4 punches. It's above any power check. So we check Paquiao's here. He gets a 16. And on the inside, a 16 for him will be 4 punches land. And normally, this 5 would be a power check, but Mosley has a trait that kind of slips punches. So there's -1 to the power, so that is not a power check for Paquiao at this point. So we go to the 240 mark of the game. Two on the inside, 2 on the inside. We're still going with Mosley here first. And he has a 79. That is a miss. That will go. We go to Paquiao. He's got a 40 on the inside. Wait a minute, 40 on. Yeah, 40 on the inside. That will be 3 punches for Paquiao. That is in his power check there, so we check to see if there's a knockdown. There is a 1. That will be a knockdown. If we get a 3 or less, it will be a TKO here. And we get a 16. But that is not a knockdown, but it is. I mean, that's not a TKO, but it is a knockdown. So Mosley does get knocked down in this round. Okay. So we go to the 220 mark. We got 2 on the inside. 2 on the inside. So Paquiao goes first because of those last punches. 32 on the inside will be 3 punches. And for Mosley, we get a 9. Those are also on the inside, and that will be 4 punches. All right, and that will take us to the 2-minute mark. Got 2 on the outside. And that will be 1 on the outside. So Paquiao goes on this. It will be a 15. That's 4 punches. And that's 9. That is above his power check. It takes us to the 140 mark. Okay. It's a 0. 2 on the outside. Nothing for Mosley. So this is strictly Paquiao. 20 on the outside will be 4 punches land. And the 8 is above power check. And let's see for misses. We have to check for counter for Mosley to 2. So Mosley is able to get 2 punches in. Okay. Go to the 120 mark. Mark. That's a 3 for Paquiao. That's 2 on the inside. It's 2 on the outside. So the last punches were by Mosley. 72 on the outside will be a miss. 47 on the outside for Paquiao. That's also a miss. Go to 1 minute mark. Six is a blank, so this will be Shirley Mosley's. And that's 2 on the outside. 13 on the outside will be 4 punches land. And 5 is just above his power check, so there will be no knockdown check there. Goes to 40 seconds. I think it's 14 and 9 is what it is. Two on the outside for Paquiao. Nothing for Mosley. So this is Paquiao, and that's an 11. An 11 for Paquiao will be on the outside will be 4 punches land. Okay. And no power check there, and we're on our last roll for this round, 4th round. Two on the inside, 2 on the inside. So this is toe-to-toe on the inside. Paquiao will go first. 32 on the inside will be 3 punches. And that will be a power check. We'll check how many punches Mosley got first. 24 on the inside will be 3 punches. And we'll check for a knockdown here for Paquiao. And that is a 9. And that's above the knockdown check. And that is the end of this round. So the fighters each get 17 punches landed in that round. Okay. So, and Mosley was knocked down once in that round. So we will have to check. I believe we have to check the since there's no punch difference, we will have to check the knockdown with so yeah, we will check the knockdown section with what it is when there's cards. We will have to check the knockdown for the judges area in the section where it says basically tied in punches. So we're looking over in this section here. Okay. Okay. So far, we got pretty much a unanimous decision. But as we all know, you gotta wait till it's over because I've seen it where you get a TKO and the guy that should have won loses because he was knocked out. So because the punches landed was the exact same, that means that Mosley, going back to the last round, he had more punches than Paquiao. So Mosley is still in the advantage with regards to toe-to-toe action. So cards. So there's the cards so far. Okay, so we're rolling with 3 minutes to go in this fifth round. Mosley gets this with two. Excuse me, with two on the outside and say 63 on the outside, and that will be a miss, meaning we'll check the counter. 17 and nothing on the counter. Go to 240 mark. 2 on the inside, 2 on the outside. We're looking at Mosley here first, and a 60 on the outside will be a miss. $10 on the outside for Paquiao, and that will be 4 punches land. All right. Go to the 220 mark. 2 on the outside, 2 on the inside. Because Paquiao just got those last punches, we're looking on the outside. 4 on the outside for Paquiao will be 4 punches. And for Mosley, on the outside, we have 22 on the outside. And that will be 3 punches. We can go to the 2-minute mark. One on the inside, 2 on the inside for Mosley. And at 86 on the inside will be no punches. That's a clinch. 140. Um, 2 on the inside, 2 on the inside. Um, 7. I believe that's Mosley first. And that's 93, and that's a clinch. So no punches land there. 120. Okay, that's 2 on the inside for Paquiao, 2 on the outside for Mosley. Still looking at Mosley because he's the last one, I believe, to land punches. 42 on the outside is 2 punches land. And that is a possible knockdown for Mosley. We'll check the results of that's a 96 on the outside. That will be a clinch. So that will not negate the knockdown. And we go to the 1-minute mark. Okay, 45. 1 on the inside, 2 on the inside for Mosley. So we will check Mosley. 81 on the inside. That is a miss. We'll check the counter for Paquiao, and that will not mean anything. We go to the 40-second mark. Got 2 on the inside for Paquiao, 2 on the outside for Mosley. Because Mosley got the last ones, it's an 87 on the outside. That will be a miss. 66 for Paquiao on the outside. That will also be a miss. And we get our final 20 seconds here. Miss, that's no stars for Paquiao. 2 on the outside for Mosley. So we're looking strictly at Mosley. He has 3. That's on the outside. So that will be 5 punches landed. Okay. So that is the end. That is the end of the 4th round. No, I'm sorry. That's the end of the 5th round. We got 10 punches landed there by Mosley. And we got 8 punches landed by Paquiao. So after the 5th round, Paquiao has a stamina of 32, and Mosley has a stamina of 30. So we will go to our judges card. So we're looking at the section where it says 2-punch differential here. So we will roll for our judges. 15. Okay. That was an 8. And our last roll for the judges. That will be 4. Okay. And at this stage of the game, we have one fighter up by 4 points. So it's still kind of a close game. Either fighter can win. And we have 4 rounds left. And we're going into the 6th round here. And the fighter with the advantage this round is Mosley because he had 2 more punches than Paquiao did. Okay. Okay. It's 2 on the outside for Paquiao. That is 2 on the outside for Mosley. Paquiao gets red first. 72 on the outside will be a miss. We'll check for Mosley. $59 on the outside will also be a miss. And it takes us to the 240 mark. Okay, we got 2 on the inside, 2 on the outside, and because neither one got any punches, we're reading Mosley first. 64, or sorry, 65. 65 on the outside will be a miss. 73 on the outside for Paquiao. That's also a miss. We go to the 220 mark. Flying by here so far. 1 on the inside for Paquiao. 2 on the inside. This is solely Mosley. And that is an 86 on the inside, and that will be a clinch. And we're at 220. 1-1. And Paquiao has 2 on the outside, so these will be his punches. We got 47, and that will be on the outside, and that will be a miss. We'll check the counter. We'll roll for the counter here. With the 8 on the counter, that's also a miss for Mosley. So we're at the 2-minute mark. No one has thrown a punch yet. 1, 2 on the outside. 2 on the outside because Mosley has the advantage. 81 on the outside will be a miss. So we will check for Paquiao. That's an 88. And outside, that's a miss. So takes us to the 140 mark. Nobody's landed any punches yet. Two on the outside for Paquiao. 2 on the outside for Mosley. We're going toe to toe, which means Mosley goes first, 49. And that's on the outside. That will be a miss. $40 on the outside for Paquiao. Paquiao finally gets 2 punches to land. And we go to the 120 mark. So Paquiao finally gets 2 punches to land. We got 1 on the inside, 2 on the outside. So we are looking at Mosley card. 0, 1. That is 5 punches land. And 8. That's above any knockdown any power check for Mosley. So we're going to the 1-minute mark. It's 2 on the outside, 2 on the outside. So That's basically Mosley going first again, and that's 7. That means 4 jabs will land, and that will be a power check for Mosley if there's no clinch. Okay, a 12 on the outside for Paquiao will be 4 punches land. Okay. We'll check the knockdown for Paquiao, see if he got knocked down. And no, he did not get knocked down because he needed a 1 or a 2. So that takes us to 40 seconds to go. Two on the inside. Nothing for Mosley, so this will be Paquiao. And an 0-2 will be 5 punches land. And that's above Paquiao's power check. And it takes us to the 20-second mark. 0 stars for Paquiao. This is 1 on the outside for Mosley. We're 87 on the outside. And that will be a miss with a counter for Paquiao, and that's above the counter check. And that ends this round. So, at the end, so in that round, Paquiao got 11 punches in. And Mosley got 5 punches in. And that will leave Paquiao with 27 stamina. And that will give Mosley 19 stamina left. And we will roll oh, that's the reason why. One of my cameras came out. Checking to make sure that everything's okay. Yeah, we can see the cards. Okay. There's a difference here of 6 punches when we look at the judges chart. So we're looking at the area where it says 5 to 8 punches. And that's a 16. Okay. So that's okay. For the second judge, 3. And for the third judge, also a 3. So we got one fighter here leading by 7 points, and we're going to the 7th round. So should be interesting. Okay. Okay. And because Paquiao had the had more punches, he will have the advantage if there's a toe-to-toe in the first exchange here. It's 2 on the outside, 2 on the inside. So we read Paquiao. So this is on the outside. 5 on the outside will be 4 punches for Paquiao. And 22 for Mosley on the outside. He will get 3 punches in. We will have to roll for a knockdown. That's 3. It was a 3. And that is not enough for a TKO check. So we go to the 240. Nothing from Paquiao. Mosley gets nothing on the inside. Because Paquiao had 4 and Mosley had 3 on that, we're going to give this to Paquiao. 27 on the outside will be 3 punches land. And that will be a knockdown check. One for Mosley. That will be 5 punches. So we'll check for the knockdown for Paquiao, see if Mosley got knocked down. And that was a 14, so no. Go to 220. 2 on the inside, 1 on the outside. So this will go to Paquiao. 4 on the inside will be 4 punches. That gets him to 12, I think. And that's goes to our 2-minute mark. 1 on the inside, 2 on the outside. So we're looking at Mosley's card. 2 on the 40 on the outside will be 2 punches. Not enough for the power check. And we will check for defense here, which is a 6, nothing. So we go to 140. So Paquiao is 0 on the outside. Mosley is on the inside. So we check 40 on the inside for Mosley, and that is 2 punches. Go to 120. Two on the outside for Paquiao, 2 on the inside for Mosley, but since Mosley got the last punches, it's Mosley's. So we're looking on the inside. 55 on the inside will be a miss. So we will check Paquiao. And that is a 10. It's 10. On the inside, that will mean 4 punches land. And that will be a knockdown check. And that will not, he will not be knocked down. I believe we're at the 1-minute mark. Okay. Inside 2, inside 2. Paquiao goes first. 17. 4 punches. And for that will be a knockdown check. Up. $54 for Mosley on the inside. That will be a miss. Okay. We'll check the knockdown of see if Mosley got knocked down or not. You got a 20, and that is above his knockdown. We go to 40 seconds left. We got 2 on the outside, 2 on the outside. Paquiao goes first. 22. He gets 3 punches. And no power check. So we'll check. It's 63, and that will be on the outside. And that will be a miss. All right. Thing is, guys, we're here in the 7th round. If you'll notice on our chart, Paquiao only needs 2 punches in order to land an official knockout here. So if Paquiao gets 2 punches, this game's over with. So let us go back to the action. Let's roll to see if he can get. That will be 2 on the outside, 4 on the outside. This is a 91 for. That'll be a 91 for Paquiao. And on the outside, that's going to be a clinch, and the round will be over. Came awful close there, guys, but no close. I mean, not close enough. Paquiao needed 2 more punches, and he would have knocked him out by having that many punches in a round. So he got 23. So that will put Mosley in fatigue mode for the rest of the fight, which means anytime he gets a punch, say it's 3 punches, it'll mean he only landed 2 punches. And how many punches? 12 punches. And that gets Paquiao down to 15 stamina. 15 stamina to fatigue. So Mosley is fatigued. Paquiao's down to 15. No knockdowns, no injuries that time. So we are going to check the scorecard. And here is a difference of 11 in favor of Paquiao. So we will check that out. So we're checking right here where it says 9 to 12 punches. Okay. So basically, if you roll 1 to 19, it's for the one with the most punches. A 20 will be for the person that had the least amount of punches. Okay. Okay. All right. So that one is pretty unanimous that time. Okay, so with 3 rounds left to go, we're getting ready to go to the 8th round. 3 rounds left to go. You got one fighter up by 8 points, and we've had 2 rounds that have basically been unanimous decisions by the judges. So here we go to the 8th round. All right. one on the inside. Two on the outside, so this will go to Mosley. 78 for Mosley on the outside will be a miss. And a counter, we'll roll the counter. 3, that will give Paquiao 2 punches. Go to 240. Two on the outside. 2 on the outside. We go to Paquiao because he was the one that got the punches. 67 on the outside for Paquiao. That will be a miss. We'll check for Mosley. 12 on the outside will be 4 punches. Okay, we go to 220. We got 2 on the outside, 1 on the outside. This will be Paquiao. 27 on the outside will be 3 punches. Okay. And we're checking for defense. No defense there for Mosley. So that takes us down to the 2-minute mark. So that's 2 on the outside, 2 on the inside. We go to Paquiao for this. 28 on the outside will be 3 punches. And for Mosley, let's see what we get. 76 on the outside will be a miss. Go down to 120. Two on the outside, 4 on the outside. This will be toe-to-toe. This will be Paquiao first. 31 on the outside will be 3 punches. Mosley, 81 on the outside will be a miss. Go down to the 1-minute mark. Two on the outside, 1 on the outside. This is Paquiao, 33. On the outside, 33 is 3 punches. And we'll check the defense. That's higher than Mosley's defense. So that takes us, I think that takes us to the 1-minute mark because I think I just moved it. Two on the inside, 2 on the outside. That we'll read Paquiao's first, which means all these will be on inside. 47 on the inside is a miss. 35 on the inside will be 3 punches. No, that can't be. I think that should be right there. And really, it's only 2 punches land because he's fatigued. I keep forgetting that. Okay, 40 seconds to go. 2 on the inside. 2 on the inside. Paquiao goes first. 54 on the inside is a miss. 79 on the inside for Mosley will also be a miss. So that takes us down to the 20-second mark. The last punches here for the round. So that means that this will go to Mosley on the inside. 50 on the inside will be a miss. We'll check, and that will be no defense. So at the end of this round, we have Mosley landing 6 punches and Paquiao landing 10 punches, but it really doesn't matter for Paquiao there because Mosley's already fatigued. Where it will matter is when we go to score the judges because there's a 4-point difference, and that means that Paquiao will get the judges' favor if it goes by punch differential. All right. So we're looking right here. We're talking about punch differential, 1 to 4 punches, and it's in favor of Paquiao if that is the case. All right. So that one's in favor of the one with the punch count. That's in favor of the person that one's in favor of the person that's behind. So, okay. And let's roll the last one. It's a 7. So we have one fighter here up by 5 points. We have one fighter here up by 5 points, and we're going into the 9th round of a 10-round fight. So there's no telling what can happen here. So we will go to the card. Go to the 3-minute mark. If there's a tie in exchanges where we go toe to toe, Paquiao will have the first option. All right, let's go here. Got one on the inside, two on the outside. So this will go to Mosley. 14 on the outside will be 4 punches. And we need to check for defense. Yeah, we need to check for defense. That's above Paquiao's defense. Two on the inside. Nothing for Mosley, so this is strictly Paquiao. That's a 53 on the inside. That would be 2 punches. Check for defense. That's an 8. That's above defense. Takes us to the 220 mark. It's a blank for Paquiao. And that is a blank for Mosley. And this will go to Mosley first, which is a 3. So that will be 5 punches. Takes him to 9. And then 9 was the power, so that's no. So now we roll for Paquiao, and it's on the inside here. 73 on the inside will be a miss. Takes it to the 2-minute mark. This will be 2 on the inside for Mosley and nothing for Paquiao. 75 will be a miss. Check the counter. That also is a miss. So we go to 140. That's 2 on the outside. 2 on the outside. Mosley goes first because he's the one with the most punches here. And that will be 4 punches. And for Paquiao, we get 42 on the outside. And that will be 2 punches land for Paquiao. And go to the 120 mark, I think. Two on the outside, 2 on the outside. Mosley will go first. 34 on the outside will be 3 punches. And for Paquiao, we get 7. That would be 4 punches. All right, we'll go to the 1-minute mark. This will go to Mosley on the inside, who has 2. The other one is Paquiao on the outside with 0. So Mosley goes on the inside. 64 on the inside will be a miss. And we check the counter. 20, and there's nothing on the counter. Takes us to the 40-second mark. We've got 2 on the inside. We've got 2 on the outside. So this is an inside check, which means this will be checked to see if Mosley went down or not. 70 on the inside for Paquiao is nothing. So we'll check. Mosley gets a 23 on the inside. That will be 3 punches land. Now, we'll check for the knockdown. Oh, and there is a knockdown. Mosley does get knocked down here. Okay. For it to be a knockout, it's got to be 3 or less. And it is a 2. Mosley gets knocked out here in the 9th round. That is a knockout. So in this one, basically, it comes down to the dice, and Paquiao wins on a TKO for the knockdown and the knockout. That's how Mosley goes down. And in case you were wondering, the first judge had Mosley winning by 3 points. The second judge, the difference was 3 points in favor of Paquiao. So that takes it to the third and final judge, and he had Paquiao winning by 5 points. So whether you looked at the judge's card or you actually went by the dice, and in this case it's a dice finale, Paquiao wins in a knockout, guys. And I appreciate those of you who were here to watch the fight, especially OG and ID Jester. I know that I don't know if they're still here or not, but I know that they were watching. And I hope all your roles, if you're playing Glory Days of Boxing, will lead you to either a TKO like today, a unanimous decision, or a split decision. If you're rolling your APA cards, I hope you get 11s or 1s. And yeah, your 11s and your 66s, you're basically your doubles. And if you're playing red, white, and blue racing, get the pedal to the metal and go for the lead as often as you can, guys. This is Philip Reynolds from the Pavilion. And be safe in these times, guys.